Stretch the hour, perfect set for the vet. I'm staring at her body as it drips to a silhouette. Candlelight shine on them lip gloss lips. Body motion, roller coaster to hips. Her fragrance is transient, respect when she mans it.
This is far from a murder, this is mutilation. 2020 sold more guns than education. Wonder why niggas die after graduation. Say a prayer to the Lord and stay patient.
Are you tired of the fake and you want something real? Need topics that concern you, something you can feel. Real Talk TV is the spot where it's at. Take a seat at the round table, let's have a chat.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the round table discussion here on Real Talk TV. And I'm with my panelists today. Once again, we're at another round table discussion, and I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, y'all might be just here with me. Y'all might be here with me. Y'all here with me already. You know what I'm saying? So this is a roundtable discussion. You can follow us on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Any way you want to rock, you can follow the roundtable discussion. We're also advocating for autism, sickle cell anemia, and mental health, which these things are very, very dear to us. We want to continue to talk about them and spread awareness and information as much as we can. But you know, I play too much, so I don't get stuff out. I gotta go to Amanda because she's really serious with it, so she can get stuff done before I can. I'll mess around now. I'll be like, yeah, we need that. So, but we're here for another discussion today, and we have some special guests in the house. And we're also doing something new, which we are doing artist performances, which means that artists can come on our platform, artists like you and you can come on our platform and perform. And if you got your paperwork right and you about your business, you can claim these performances. But that's going to be another topic when we talk about artists and how they think it's just writing and going into the studio when this thing is more business than anything. Yeah, you gotta handle your business. But we on another topic today, Blaque. We're gonna go ahead and go down the line and we're gonna go introduce our panelists like right now.
It's your boy Nils from Group 727. You can check me out on KTRB90. There's no space, and that's about it.
Alright, it's your boy Supreme Intellect, representing Goldsboro, North Carolina. You can follow me on all social media platforms at How to Fade Like Griffin. I'm a master barber educator, also a licensed artist. Peace.
Blaque Watch, Fayetteville City, native artist / actor. Follow me on all social media. Follow me everywhere but in the grocery store. We here live, real talk.
Oh, man.
Discussion, we ready to get it in. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Candy. I am the owner of Candy Cams Crafts and Photography. You can follow me on all social media platforms.
This your girl Kiara B from Group 727. You can follow me on all social media platforms. And that's it.
Okay, I'm Latina Maryland, aka Cataleya. And I'm back, as y'all know. But I am an advocate for autism. I have 2 children with autism. I'm the owner of Layana's Boutique, and I'm the owner of an upcoming business called Sensory Play, which is a sensory play gym for children with autism and other special needs, but also for all abilities. Oh, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Layana's Boutique, or Latina Maryland. Layana's Boutique is my boutique, and Latina Maryland is my official model page.
I was about to say, because she modeled, and I don't know why she was just, come on now, model, girl, put that thing out there.
Right.
I model. Matter of fact, she just did a model shoot on her Instagram. You better go check it out.
Yes, check it out. Latina Maryland, and so I'm a model and actress.
Absolutely. And last but not least, you have Mr. Fantastic here founder, creator of Real Talk TV, Real Talk TV Roundtable Productions. You can hire us for all your events. I do weddings, I film music videos. I'll even film your next door neighbor if you want me to. If the price is right, I'll sit right out there. But hit us up at ReelTalkkTv@gmail.com. Hey man, hey, private investigator, yo. You know what I mean? You ain't know that.
They make a lot of money.
You ain't know that.
They really do.
You ain't know that though.
Private investigators make a lot of money.
Hit us up at ReelTalkkTv@gmail.com. Follow the roundtable discussion as well.
That sounds like a piece of time.
Okay, hey, I ain't no stalker. But if the price is right, and I need me to film somebody.
I'm afraid.
And my camera got infrared, so we see in the dark.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, it's like that.
Oh.
It's like that. But let's get into this topic right now, yo. So, the topic, y'all, are y'all ready? Because I feel like it's going to take a lot of male testosterone up in the head to get this topic across. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to show that we, like Ty said on the last show, we are loving beings. But can a man, as a stepfather, genuinely love another man's child as his own? And we say yes until we see another side of her. Now we don't want to deal with this child because she done made us mad. So can we really genuinely love another man's child as our own? She made me mad, so I'm not going to deal with her child. Go get her dad. I'm not her dad. But if you're loving that woman's child, you wouldn't have to say that. So let's talk about it. Can we really talk about it?
I think a man could love another man's child. Personally, I didn't go through that. You know what I mean? My parents were together, but seeing it through, you know what I'm saying, through my peers, I've seen a lot of them. There's a lot going on now. But yeah, I think so. And it's all about the person. It's all about the person, and you know what I'm saying, the mental state of the dude, I guess, and with the woman. But I mean, I think it'd be done. It's done every day. It might not be, you know what I'm saying, light on it.
Yeah.
It's done. I think we can do it.
Yeah. I mean, ladies, how do you feel? I mean, have y'all been in situations where you had to guess if a man genuinely loved your child?
That's a good flip.
See, that's a whole nother.
So, what was that last part?
That have you ever had to guess if another man truly that you've been with loves your child? Because I feel like, to me, you should never have to guess.
No, you should.
No,
exactly.
Love is there. You know?
Just to piggyback off of what he said, is all goes with the mental state of that person. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with my stepdad, and I grew up with him telling everyone that I was his daughter. Like, his whole job never knew that I wasn't his daughter by blood. So, and he loved me, did everything a father was supposed to do. He bought my first car, he bought me clothes, he gave me money when I needed it. If I needed, he was there regardless. So, I mean, it's definitely possible. There's people who will fake it now. People will fake it.
No, that's right.
And you know, I've heard of situations where the step-parent abused the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go off of every experience now. But off of my experiences, until now, I've been single, so for all the years since I divorced, but I mean, my boyfriend treats my kids like they're his own, and he loves them and they love him. So in my experience, I say yes.
Yeah. And just personally for me, my first marriage, my wife had a child entering into the marriage, a son. So I took him on as my son because I didn't have any children. But that wasn't the only reason why I took him on as my son or like my son. It's because I stepped in that position, married his mother. You know, I took him too. And I think it's dangerous if a woman allows a man to come into her and her child's life, and she has to question or guess whether he's really in the child's life. You know, if she ever have to do that, to me, it's like she needs to set up some type of, she just needs to find somebody different, you know, just in my opinion. And one of the things that hurt me, you know, to say yes, a man can genuinely love somebody else's child, because I knew I truly loved them before our marriage ended, but I really knew I loved them after our marriage ended because I really missed him. And you know, where I could used to just go get him and we go play basketball, stuff like that. She wouldn't allow it. That's right. She stopped. She broke our relationship, and it hurt me more than I knew until it happened.
Right.
So,
yeah, man. And that's, I've been in a situation to where, and I'm gonna be honest, you know, I was with a woman, but you know, I didn't genuinely love her child because it wasn't my child. You know, and that's not, I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just the fact that I believe it's all about who you're with. Now, some women out here, they're looking for a man to be that guy or that. So I really, before I can really say I genuinely love this child, I really have to see that woman if I'm really into her, because although I love children and I will be into your child's life, and I would accept the child as if it's my own, but I really wouldn't take that step until I really know that's the step that I want to take based off of her.
That's fair though.
You know what I'm saying?
True. That's fair, but you never know.
How is your relationship with your baby dad? Am I just here to make him mad? Am I, you know what I'm saying? So
you're trying to find out what their intentions are before you take a step forward, and that's fair. And that's very honorable of you to feel that way.
And I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm not to be mean, but you don't want to, when your heart has been broken and torn and stuff like that, you don't want that again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get so attached to a woman's child, and y'all don't work out, but that brokenness is there because you've been attached to that child.
That's right.
You know
that
what
was
I'm
me.
saying?
You feel me?
But if you're a real dude anyway going into it, you know what I'm saying, you should go into it with that mind state and that look to see the relationship of the mother, the family, or the household, the structure. Like you said, am I going to make him mad? How they, you know what I'm saying, their relationship, if they have one, or just the lady and the child alone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Facts. And I believe, honestly, you know, and this is nothing against women, but I believe that if a woman finds a man that she doesn't have kids biologically by, that is into her kids and her, it's a really, really credible, honorable thing that she really, really should lock in on.
Yeah.
Because I've been in a situation too, once again, to where I showed out all of my qualities, especially to your children, but you didn't lock on the man that I was.
And it comes from the communication. It need to have, you know, equal communication too.
And so they say, well, don't carry things from your previous
relationship to your next one. That's true.
So, but I got to carry my heart from there to there.
Yeah.
And now I got to give you my heart to the next person, but I don't know.
You just got to communicate. Communication is a big component.
I see what he's saying.
See, that's what we go through when we sit and we think.
Mm-hmm.
When you want that, and these are things that you gotta factor in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your day-to-day life, now that's moving over there. You want to be a part of that. But just because you link with the kid don't mean that she's going to be fully linked with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? That's another flip.
Yeah. It is, yeah. So
what do you
But
do?
I want to take
extended.
But I want to take up for the men because I can understand when you put your feelings into that type of relationship, because there's that fear that you have a breakup and you can't be with that child anymore. There's that fear that that father will come back into the life and the child will act like they don't even know you anymore.
That's right.
Yes.
So y'all have that fear of having that love or building that bond, because those are the things that actually happens. Just like I seen a post on Facebook, it was a while ago, but the stepfather had paid for his stepdaughter's wedding. when it came time for her to choose who she wanted to go down the aisle, she chose the real father.
Wow.
The real father hadn't been there to do nothing.
Wow.
He didn't help pay for the wedding. The
Yes,
stepfather
that's
paid
hard.
for the wedding.
That's
So
hard.
those are the situations that y'all men go through
Yeah.
to where y'all feel that, you know, man, you know, if I love this child, what if those things happen? Y'all have feelings too, just as anybody else.
That's right.
But
So-
why don't women, some women just think that we men, that we supposed to be masculine. We're not supposed to hurt.
all men have.
You know why? Because society
Girls
teaches
think
teaches the man, hey, little boys don't cry. You know, you're a boy, you're not supposed to cry. You're not
it's
supposed to
okay.
have feelings.
true, though.
It's
That's-
okay.
That's how society, you know, place men. You know, they're not supposed. They're supposed to have this tough exterior.
Oh no, real women is okay. They're okay with like sensitivity and feelings and stuff like this. Little girls are, you know.
Yeah.
So it really, again, it takes a lot of factors into it. Like for example, like there's women out here who just let their kids be like, they'll have occasional relationships here and there and stuff like that, and then they just have their kids around them. Like you have to really get to know that person before you even introduce your kids to that
That's right.
person. So, because you never know.
Because there's so many bad people out there.
I was saying, like, you know, when you first meet a girl in a relationship, you should be just her and you, not the kids itself.
Right.
Like, the kids need to come in gradually.
Right.
Yeah.
When you first meet them.
I'm about to say it. So.
Like when you first meet a woman, y'all was go on dates together. You know what I'm saying? Get to know each other. Then when y'all get to know each other, y'all comfortable with each other. Then the kids supposed to come in and play.
Gradually.
And then you get to know the kids.
Right.
That's what some guys mess up at. They try to go get with the kids first to get to the woman.
Yeah.
You go with
Get
the woman
attached to the
get
kids and not the woman.
So should it be a caution sign if a woman brings the child into the play too soon?
Yes.
Like a
it's
red flag.
Yes,
And vice
definitely a red
versa.
flag.
Yeah.
Have to
Red
be
flag.
cautious with your children. Have to, especially around other men. You never
Right.
know
There's so
what
many
that man is
predators
capable
out
to.
there.
Yeah.
And it's not only the men that are, it can be the woman. There's
Yeah,
a
and
lot of
woman
single
will-
fathers
Yeah.
that actually they'll bring a woman around like, no, you can't.
Or
be
she'll
bringing a
pretend to
woman
like
around
the
your
child
children.
and then behind
So
closed
it's
doors.
both ways. You can't just always blame on the men. I'm here
Yeah.
for y'all to
Yeah,
go.
true.
Look, I'm here for y'all.
Yeah.
It also depends on the child too. Like if the child is really bad and disrespectful, like it's gonna be kind of hard, like to really say, oh yeah, I love that child as my own. You can love them and stuff like that, but it's just again, it depends on the situation. If I'm dating someone and I get to know their children just straight up bad and rude and
It's a
stuff, and
product
I
of the
can't do it.
environment
I'm
that
not
they're
doing
in.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
This is
care
the
about you, but I'm
environment.
not doing it.
Yeah, because it could have been multiple men that child has been
True.
around.
No,
Yeah.
So
Of
it's going to be
course.
a product of
And
the
the child probably
environment.
think it's the same. It's gonna be the
Same
same type of
thing.
man or the
Over
same.
and over
Yep.
and over.
Yeah.
Like a cycle.
So,
Yeah.
so say as though, okay, say you're in a situation to where, you know, you really love this woman. Y'all been dating years. You've been dealing with her child as well for years. And you really love this woman, but like you said, as time get older, the child start getting the mind of their own and start really talking disrespectful. Like, just Craig mentioned to me, he said, man, you know, after a while, your daughter gonna get very protective over you and territorial.
Okay.
And they start popping off at you as a father. Can you still genuinely love that child? Although you love his mom and everything with your mom is good, you just mom, you know, I don't know what's wrong with the kid. Okay, you connecting, you're trying to get her. Can you still love that kid?
So that's when it comes to the other parent.
Yeah,
the
you got to
actual
talk to
parent.
him.
The parent is going to have to set boundaries with that child
That's
and
right.
have that child respect the stepfather.
That's
Because
right.
if she's letting, or
That's
even
good.
vice versa, if he's letting his child or children disrespect his
significant
wife or his
other.
girlfriend, like I wouldn't be. That person has to have make that child have boundaries and respect. Like my kids are so respectful.
Yeah,
My son is very, very respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. So I don't have to worry about that.
But it's also the mental state of that child. That's when you need to go to the next step. Maybe we should go to counseling. Maybe
Yes.
something is going on that we don't know is going on with this child, and let's get this child help.
And
Yes.
also pull the child, like she was saying, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, pull the child to the side and have a conversation. And
So you can figure out
That's
what's
a good point. I gotta retract what I first said when I came on. I said my parents were together, they raised me, but I got 2 siblings, right? But I said that because I'm the blood between my mother and father. My sister and my brother.
Blended family.
That's
That's you too, Nails. You have the same thing.
So we got it the old
Your
school
sisters.
way. It was like, I grew up with my sister, you know what I mean? But we all 3 years apart. My brother's the oldest. So I can clearly remember at 6 years old when my brother came into play. And then it was like, oh, you got a brother. You know what I mean? So it's like, what?
What?
You know what I mean? All I know is my sister. So when we get older, you learn more about, like what we was having a discussion earlier about our grandparents and things. So you understand what was going on then. Now that we're older and parents are going through things. But my father we never spoke on it until we was older. You see what I'm saying? So with the old school, it was just what it was. He treated them like, I'm a baby, so it had to be a relationship before.
It was the same thing with
you. It was all under the same law.
It was the same with you too, Nails.
Same thing with me, When I was growing up, I didn't really know my sisters were my stepsisters until I got older. You know what I'm saying? So they told me. And my sister always called my daddy, Dad, all the time, Dad. And I thought we was just full brothers and sisters. We got older. And then when I found out that they had different daddies, I was like, hey, do you feel a certain way my daddy being your daddy? There was nothing, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Nothing different.
And just to, piggyback off of what you said, it was a generational thing too, because during that time, adults didn't discuss, hey, this is your, what would they would say, quote unquote, half sister or half brother. It wasn't any of that. It was, that's your brother, that's your sister. Whether you share the same mama or the same daddy, you know.
So now as a grown man, and you on that mission of seeking that relationship, I had to call Pops. Like, how you do that? Like, how do you do that, man? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like 90% of women out there. It's a lot of single women out here. So what we're picking from got, no disrespect, baggage, so to speak, or vice versa. The women, they got kids. You know what I'm saying? You might not want more than one kid. A lot of women got 3. At least. See what I'm saying? My mom had 3. I got 3. My sister got 3. My brother got 3. So you know what I mean? So it's like, it's like that. So I had to call Pops and get that knowledge.
Catch up.
So do y'all feel as though, okay, because in this whole discussion, what's missing is the biological. Do y'all feel like, and when I hear you say at the wedding, she told her biological father over the one that's been there.
Okay, well, can I interject? Okay, so I have a stepfather and I have a father, and I love their relationship because they're cool because they know they share a daughter. My father wasn't able to walk me down the aisle, so my stepfather stepped in and said, hey, I got it from here. So, I wouldn't have had a problem with either one of them, and I'm glad that they had knowledge to know that neither one of them would have felt hurt if I would have chose the other one. So, but in that situation that she had just explained, I thought that was kind of awful, especially if the stepfather was, the sole caretaker. If that makes sense.
Was he not?
It didn't have any. It didn't have any details in it. But it's like, say she was with her real father, for a little bit of time, maybe divorce happened, whatever case, maybe anything can happen of that nature. But a child, they actually want that real father love. I don't care what they want. They want that real father love. So it's like when they have that step parent, they're filling that void that they want.
I think we get it twisted where the pay comes in at. Because we don't know their relationship. Could have been relationship with the lady.
Right, it could have been. And it's all with that communication. So it's like
that go back to communication, yo.
When we get paid and the other one's picked, other than the one that paid, we automatically think,
right.
But I mean, and I'm once again going to
it was a plot twist on my situation.
With how I would feel if I've been in your child's life for all these years, raising you, loving a kid, doing the things that a father's supposed to do, which the biological father is missing, and to see you grow into this time and moment, and I watched you grow through this process. He wasn't here,
and he missed
but
all
he
of
gets
that
to
stuff.
walk you down the aisle. Boy, I would really
You
have
did
to
all the
pray
work and they
talk to
reap the
God
benefits.
for
Yeah.
me to be like,
That's a
I
whole-
know I deserve. I know who you are,
Right.
but I've been who you were supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And at that time, as a mother, I think I would talk to my daughter
Yes.
Yeah.
and have my daughter say, once you have both of them walk you down the aisle.
Yes.
And that's
I've
good
seen
too.
cases
And
like
that's
that
good
too. I've seen cases like that too.
That would be
Have
good
them
too.
both
I would
now.
like that too.
Now, if my father was present, I would have had
Yeah.
both, but he
Yeah,
couldn't.
that's
He
right.
wasn't
Yeah.
unable to do it. So
Facts.
my stepdad, I was said, "Hey, I'll get the job done." So
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too. Before she mentioned it, took the words out of my mouth. Good, good though. But because I was gonna say, with my situation, I still have a relationship with my real father. He doesn't live here. He didn't raise me, but he was, he was still there. And my stepdad was physically there, like 100%.
that's good.
And if I get married again, I'm gonna have both of them. One, I always told my mom it's gonna be one father on one arm, the other one on the
That's
other
sweet.
one.
I love it.
I know both of them probably get a little offended, like no, it should be me. But I'm not picking.
Right.
If I had to choose, and this is only because he was physically there for me. I love my dad to pieces, but my stepdad has been there for me a lot more than my real dad, and physically and financially, emotionally, everything. So if I had to choose, I would choose my stepdad, but in reality, I'm picking both. I'm
Yeah.
taking both.
Right.
And
I
I'll
like
still
that.
help
That's
out.
fair. I mean, well, I don't know if it's fair, man, because I will still be on my feelings. 'Cause I know what I
You
know.
have every right to be
Yeah,
in your
I
feelings.
know what I've
Every
done.
It's
Every
only
right
right.
to be.
That's
Yeah.
your
That's
I
choice.
might get stepped out with
Every
me.
right to be.
But what if we had to come to the table and pay for it together?
That too.
Well, then both need to be
Well,
walking
then
down the
then
aisle.
we can share. I mean,
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
nothing wrong with
there's
having
a
two.
compromise.
Yeah.
There's a
No.
compromise.
More the
I
merrier.
believe- I believe there's a
Have two.
compromise in every
Yeah, one.
situation.
Yes.
Leave one out.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in
Your
reference to
father
this,
wasn't there at all. The biological father wasn't there at all.
Well, see, that's the trick. That's the
Yeah,
flip.
he
We
there,
don't know.
But she made
He
it
can
some
attend the
though.
wedding.
Yeah, he attended it. He was there
But my dad was
Yeah.
there, and he was.
Yeah.
But
You
she
know,
made a
he'll
good
attend
point
it.
earlier. She was like, a child want that natural parent.
Yeah.
That they real parent.
It's
Yeah.
the nurture versus nature, that
Yeah.
psychology thing,
It is.
so how about? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have anything else. You got it.
I was gonna say, so kind of a twist in this topic. I know we got some time.
Don't go
Okay,
too
so,
far.
no.
Don't go too far.
I'm not. So what if the person now, with a woman's point of view and vice versa, if the person that you're in a relationship has no children at all,
Okay.
like, do you think that for a person, a man or a woman who doesn't have children, do you think that person can genuinely love your children and know how to be a parent?
That was me.
It gets me because they never been a parent.
Yeah.
That's like you telling me how to bake a cake and you ain't even never attempt one except for the easy baking.
But that's natural though. But to be able to step in to be that role, you don't even have to be that parent. You can be just a role model. So
Exactly.
I'm just like, it's like you're gonna step up and you're gonna do whatever it takes to help that child and be there for that child.
That's what I mean.
So it's just a learning. It's steps. Just like when we have our children, we ain't never been a parent before. So it's
That's
just
right.
we're just
That's
right.
there's no manual
You
to
gotta speak
parent
on
or
it.
anything.
You gotta
So
get in.
it's like we learn as we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So,
Take
but
the title off, the responsibility is the same.
right.
but facts, but you still have to give it that weight over not being a parent, because I guarantee you any day if you left your kid with somebody that's never been a parent, you would say your judgment is best because you've been a parent and they haven't been a parent.
But you got to give them a chance.
Well,
I'm
Yeah,
not saying you not give them a chance, but what I'm saying is
It can go both
you would
ways.
be like, you would eventually.
Oh, I'm gonna call about every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
My child
You'll be like,
okay?
well, you know why? Because, well, you know why you don't know? Because you've never been a parent. I've been a parent. I've done this before, so I know.
That
So
does happen.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
It happens. But yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, that was one of my deal breakers. I'm sorry. I've met and
But I
still
would
friends.
give him a chance. I mean, like, I would give a non-parent, if you
A
haven't been a
chance,
parent,
of
I would give a
course.
chance
Well,
because
my best friend is.
Especially if
She
they
don't have any
people wanna
kids,
be
and
parents
she
and just
used to
can't
watch
be.
Kim
Right.
all the time. So.
So that's just my preference. Like, it's well, in my situation, you know, it's different. I have children with special needs, you know, so it's different. So with me, like, I came across a lot, and who I'm still friends with, a lot of amazing men who don't have kids. And I told them, like, we can be great friends, but it won't ever be more than that because that's just my preference. It's I could not. It's already hard enough having a child with children with special needs, and having someone to come into their life who has never been a parent. That's like, no, like, I'm sorry, but that's just my preference.
But if they show interest and they're willing to be there for you, you gotta let them.
They give an opportunity.
You can't just brush them off. You may be missing out on your blessing.
Or give them a chance until, you know.
Right, until you see something,
that
see
you
a
don't
red
like,
flag, then you can push them over. But you can't miss out on your blessing because some men out here can't have children. And they want to be there for you and your child.
That's different, If they can't have children, then that's different.
Yeah, but some people don't want to have children.
True.
So it's like you missing out on your blessing. Till you see a red flag or you see something you don't like,
or your intuition kicks in, and you're like, I don't feel good about this situation.
And I agree with that too. But on the other hand too is what if we do all that, then the kids get attached to that person and be like, oh no, you know, I thought I could be a parent, but I'm really not ready to be a parent. I don't have kids of my own, this and that. And then it kind of turns sour, which I know that can happen.
You gotta set your boundaries.
And then it go back to communicate, and it goes back to the communication component too.
You get your relationship together first.
That's right.
And then you bring in your children.
That's right. That's right. That's the best way.
Well, we're getting close to wrapping this thing up, man. So before we do wrap this show up, I want to get just a couple last thoughts on the topic. Things that that y'all would put out there for anybody that's going through this situation, having to love another person's child as their own. What advice would you give to them before we end this out? As far as we discussed it, but hit them with some concrete advice to it.
If you're not ready and you're not willing to at least, you know, to try to grow love for that child, then don't even bother. Like, if you're not ready to be a step parent, don't even bother with that woman, because then or vice versa. If you're a woman and you're not ready to be a parent to someone else's child or children, then don't do it. Don't even waste that person's time. You're wasting their time, valuable time and stuff, and your time. Like, why even try?
Life's too short.
Exactly, life is too short. So.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you as well, because just and looking at the child in the whole aspect. You know, if you want to get involved, make sure you really want to get involved with them children, because children are like sponges. They absorb everything.
And they don't forget anything.
They don't at all.
Years later, still there.
So
they get traumatized by things that you don't even know that they were traumatized. Like,
and it goes
something,
into their adulthood. I'm sorry to cut
no,
you off,
it's
baby,
true.
but it affects their adulthood a lot.
Abandonment issues.
Absolutely. I'm a teacher, so I see it all in the classroom. Sometimes I spend more time just, you know, talking with a kid and just trying to help them or their mental state versus teaching, you know. And a lot of educators won't tell you that, but that's the truth. That's just a bum.
Talking about mental.
I have this advice, all right? Now, I'm taking it back. Now, if you want to, I call it a package deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call it a package deal. You know what I'm saying?
You got to know that coming in.
Yeah, it is.
If you want that package deal, you
That's
can
right.
handle a package deal, get into a package deal. You can't handle that package deal, stay out the package deal.
That's right.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
My advice is, you know, don't just think about your relationship to the woman or the significant other. Think about the child too. You got to know your intent.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to know you know your intentions.
Yeah.
We all know our intentions. So when it comes to that child, you got to know your intentions. Just like, you know, just treat them like if they was your. If you never had children, like, because I didn't have children when I had my stepson, but it gave me honor. It gave me a sense of pride. It gave me a sense of honor. Because I was like, okay, one day I know I'm gonna be blessed to have my own child. I need to start now.
Yeah,
I need to use this opportunity.
God was
and it wasn't just me doing something. It was
Right.
because I was the only person he would talk to.
Yeah.
He wouldn't talk to his mother. He wouldn't talk to his biological father. He would just come to me, bust out in tears, and you know. So when that stuff started happening, I just paid deeper attention to, okay, brother, what are you really going through?
Yeah.
And we became close. You know, I mean, we grew real close. Yeah.
And
So
that's special, man.
and I ain't even used the title step. I used to call him my son.
Yeah.
You my son, you can call me father, you can call me whatever.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, facts. So before we end this show out, I'm just give a little situation that happened to me in my life that I actually gave the child the option to make that decision. Where my son's mother, I entered her life, and she had a 3-year-old prior to me. And I entered her life, and I became part of his life. And over the time, over the years, you know, he began to see who was there. Who was there. So I would always go to school with him. I would go on class trips. I would go to school, eat lunch with them. But I'm into kids. People that know me know I'm a little bit with the kids. I like kids. So, but the one time we went on a class trip, all the kids was in line. And they said, and I walked in and they said, well, who's that? And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him, and I was like,
And your response?
and the kid was like, is that your dad? And I looked, he said, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's so
right.
sweet.
That's my
That's
dad.
right.
Although he knew who his dad was.
That's right.
And he got respect, you know, like a little disrespect with him, no beef or nothing.
That's right.
But he knew what I was, he knew my intentions.
That's right.
But see, that's what we can learn from the kids, though.
Yeah.
For them to even make that decision to even say that,
Yeah.
that's big.
Yeah,
No,
facts.
that's right.
Because us as adults dealing with even being in their life, for them to look at the truth,
Yeah.
to their peers and say, that's my dad, knowing who their dad is.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
He had a good impact on him. He
Facts,
really did.
facts, you know, and I felt like I had to let that moment happen right there. I had to let him make that decision right there, you know, and it opened my eyes up. It let me know, well, man, maybe I am doing a good job.
Wow.
But I didn't know how to be a father. My first was still in his mom's stomach at that time. So I was just doing what I thought I knew, you know. But we gotta wrap the discussion up because we can go on and on and on and on. You know, Craig gives me the side eye. He like it. But it's been fun. Remember, as always, follow us on all social media platforms. Candy said TikTok, Amanda said Instagram,
And Facebook.
Blaque said YouTube, cause that's his shot. I say Facebook, cause that's where I get it in. And we want to thank our special guest, 727, Supreme. And guess what? We're gonna have some artists who come on up. And it's been real at the round table discussion. Check us out. We is out of here.
Yeah, that was a good thing, y'all.
That
I wanted to mention something to you.
That was a topic. You see how many flips you can come off with off that?
Yo, Black Watcher Neighborhood Hero, Street Disciple Entertainment. We're going live. Real Talk TV. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Humble down the mixtape. Black Watch. We're going live. I know you want to play this. As the clock strikes the hour, perfect set for the vet. I'm staring at a body as it drips to a silhouette. Candlelight shot on them lip gloss lips. Body motion roller coaster to hips. Her fragrance is transient, respect when she mans it. Bounces the hands and she grunts with a passion. Live with the visions, frame pictures with no fathers in them. Baby mothers, that's the title when we represent them. Lead these women with our children, through this running through the system. We the target, successfully the victim. Street dreams and a tragic ending. We drop it all and then we boogie within 30 seconds. Then we get to left flow with no direction. Less freedom, we leave them for the streets to eat them. Or another dude to beat them. And that's the actions, don't conceive into the meaning. I spit that other shit, that Black Watch gutter shit. Mirror images, Picasso how I vision this. I build a mirror off of efforts, I'm classic. Possess power to spit colors on a picture. Let's break the drink and pop the twist up. Raise your fist for the victim, firearm for the avenger. But life's in a space while Mike gets sent up. My man just touched down and smiles all stone. Life's in the jungle trying to find his way home. It's real wear no costume, I'm that dude. Again now, I'll be back soon. Cook food in the street with athletes that run meat. A parable amongst men we must eat. Nigga, fuck right. Real Talk TV.